All right, I don't actually want to watch this. I think it's just kind of played out, but everybody has asked me to, so I guess we're going to do it. Is Angry Joe show on the Star Citizen $48,000 package. I'm sure this is going to be a good one.
These are going to be very successful. So
I hope not. I definitely hope not.
You guys are doing a good job of staying away from NFTs.
Star Citizen.
Speaking of NFTs,
let's talk. No, you know it's not.
God damn it, Joe! Don't trick me like that.
Let's preface this article with me saying that I can't wait to play Star Citizen when it's done, and I'm really looking forward to it. And I hope they deliver everything they've ever promised because I love video games and.
I love. Oh my God, this is a really good start. Please do not destroy us in the comments because Star Citizen lovers, I'm so tired of being berated by Star Citizen lovers, or evangelists, or whatever you want to call them, because obviously they're insane for like freaking out over Star Citizen stuff and Angry Joe and all this other shit, right? Myself included, I guess, when it comes to this. Like you have an opinion on the game, and man, does the community have an opinion about you, right? So I feel his pain at the moment, just for that. But I doubt this is going to be very, very a deep conversation.
I'm making a video game that I've wanted for a long time, but it's a fucking scam.
Oh, there it goes.
I
was like, but.
And so right now they have a new $48,000 bundle that you can only unlock if you've already spent $10,000.
What?
Yeah.
Excuse me? A new $48,000 bundle? We've been talking about this game for fucking 18 years. I've had children. I wish I had children. It's as old as adult. What? And then they're still doing. Look. People were going crazy. I have friends that went crazy. They put a lot of money into it because they was like, okay, this is gonna be the greatest game ever. Back when we didn't know no better. But if you're talking about 2023, 2024, and they're still selling 40, I don't believe it. I don't.
But
I'm
Joe,
looking it up.
It's called the Legatus.
No, I paid.
No, 58 because you already spent 10. So tack on.
No, I spent
48.
100 and something dollars.
No. I'm just saying because like this is for the people already.
I love he spent $100 and he's like lost his mind. I think like some people have spent way more than that, got baited, and yeah, I mean, I guess it doesn't matter. Why would I even make that comment? If you spend $40 and they do what they did, you have every right to fucking be mad at these guys. But the package doesn't matter, dude. It doesn't fucking matter.
$10,000.
Okay.
So for another measly $48,000.
For another measly, is that how they?
You already
is that how they
spent
position it?
$10,000. What's another?
Like, are we gonna discuss the? Like, this is the thing about the like general gaming media, and I would even put Joe into that to some extent. Like the more mainstream stuff, the people who aren't actually going to be doing the research necessarily on what the package is and anything like that. I am not here to defend this shit. This is ridiculous. My opinion is about as close to Joe's as can possibly get. But yeah, this discussion's endless because this is the funding model of the game. You've known about it the entire time, and we're still talking about like this like it's new and exciting and different. It's not as I think malicious as a mobile game, right? So you're not necessarily buying power. So you are, to some extent, the game is absolutely pay to win and is a dumpster fire dog shit pay to win experience for the moment and most likely will be forever. Okay? But if you spend $48,000 and I spend $1,000 and we're both using, there's only going to be one meta for certain situations or whatever, right? You can't buy power. You can't buy experience like you're able to buy in other video games, like especially mobile games, when it comes to this. So the $48,000 package is for the biggest dummies out there that want to spend as much, thinking that it's more like a mobile game experience, and it's not. The fleet. This is what I don't know if like Joe and these guys know, but this is what this community does, dude. They buy a bunch of ships and then they share their fleet on Twitter and shit, like they're playing X4, and this is like my fleet of NPCs that go out and do my bidding for me. And like that's not a thing, and I'm not sure that is ever like even part of the scope of this video game. So yeah, you buy to skip a grind, yeah, but you can only fly one ship at a time. That's like one of the arguments that nobody truly understands. It's like, yeah, you're buying all these ships, but it's not like you're buying like you didn't just buy $48,000 of NPCs that are going to go around and fly your ships and just you're going to, sit there and destroy everybody. You still actually have to know how to fly things and all that stuff. So that's what's so uniquely stupid about these packages, to be honest, is it's $48,000 and you're not even really gaining much of an advantage. And it's like the brain rot that exists in the idea that you would want any of these things. Now, I doubt they'll go into the actual details of the package and why I thought that there might actually be some value there. There's one ship that they've never sold before. They've only ever sold once, and it was during the original Kickstarter, so that's in there. And those are like, sold for big money on eBay and stuff, like thousands of dollars, just that one individual ship. There are a few ships that are missing from the package, so this doesn't have all the ships. The Intel ship, the AMD ships are not in there, the ads that they did with those guys. But it also has every item they've ever released in terms of like rare items, and MMO players tend to like that stuff. So yeah, the literal first thing on there is the F7C or the F7A upgrade, which is another thing that they only sold once, and it was only sold for charity. So this is one of those things where they're starting to dip into that. But yeah, in the end, what I find the most funny about the package is that you're not even buying power. It's just incredibly stupid. And
48.
What the absolute fuck? Why'd you drop this bomb on me?
Are they running low on money again?
See, like the guy on the left, are they running low on money again? Like, this isn't that, right? Like, I don't know if they discussed the F8C stuff. That was we're running low on money, right? That is we're running low on money behavior. This is the same behavior they've had as far as I remember since the beginning. It was always a package that just had everything, and then they keep raising the price because there's more things every year. And it's just for the biggest dummy, like the collector types. And I'm a collector type, but I'm not buying my collections. I get them in the game.
Are they
with your
running
money?
Oh, you ain't lying.
No.
Oh my god.
I was like, no.
Only
fucking
available
way.
if you have spent more than $10,000 in the game. So that that's what you were saying.
Yeah.
I ignored that part.
No.
So you had to be a high roller to even get access to be an even higher roller times 4.
People love the exclusivity.
What do you get for it, Alex?
175 ships from a bunch of different manufacturers.
Those should be ships that you unlock in the fucking game.
Well, you are
from
unlocking.
playing it.
Yeah, you're unlocking with your credit card. This perfect collection, including all ships released and concepted through 2953, empowers every fleet commander to forge a lasting legacy.
See, like fleet commander, that's the type of shit. Like that's where you have to stop and be like, what are you talking about, fleet commander? You're not a fleet commander. That's not the game. That's not anything that you've ever spoken about before. Right? So when you say that is what's in the head of these people, and that's like that's the issue here, is that that's the type that discuss these type of things on Twitter and Reddit and Spectrum and stuff. They talk about their fleet as if they are the commander of said fleet. Go play X4, man. Go play X4. Go play Homeworld or something. Then you're commanding a fleet. You're not doing that in Star Citizen as far as we're aware. Right? So those are the things that I touch on is, and again, I guess I'm talking about the person who's buying this package or the person who's buying a bunch of ships and talking about their fleet. They're not really the problem in so much as the package preying on that thought being the problem here. So I just want to make sure that that's very clear.
Wait, what did you just say? Did he just say 2953? Okay, I was like, they're going to make a promise that you'll get every single... If they make a promise that you get every single ship from here to 2953, then maybe if you're making a long-term investment, no.
Oh,
the game,
no, man.
That's in the fictional world, 2953.
If this game ever comes out, you're going to see me in a fucking raft because I'm not spending a goddamn dime.
I will spend $60 or
You're
$70.
gonna be flying around in
raft. No, making it with logs and duct tape.
That's
I don't
not
give
how
a shit.
space works, Joe.
I don't give a shit. I'm
You
not
gotta buy the
spending a
game.
goddamn dime.
No. And that's going to be the problem because if they do...
Well, it's not fun. I'm done.
Where is
Well, they have no incentivization
What are
to...
your weapon systems
or
on this
splinters.
raft? You throw splinters at people?
Well, I got
no,
none but
you're the
logs.
raft.
I am.
What are
Ramming
your
speed.
weapon systems?
Ramming speed.
But it's a
I ain't paying a goddamn thing.
I mean, this conversation is really, really stupid, but at the same time, we don't chop wood in Star Citizen, do we? We probably should, right? Logs would be cool.
man.
I would love to see
saying.
Joe's raft.
Yeah.
They
They
have
have
people in the game.
They have no incentivization to let you play the game in a
No.
reasonable way because if someone
Agreed.
spent $58,000 for 175 ships plus what other ships go through, when the game launches, if OJ can fly on a raft and compete, or if, potentially beat somebody or do better than somebody.
Also, not understanding that it wouldn't be 58,000. They would use some store credit. So the 10,000 that they originally spent would be applied. Could theoretically be applied to the package as well. They would most likely just spend 48.
And I'm not spending money. So it's like, this is one of the reasons why I don't like this type of funding the
Oh,
game.
no,
They have
no.
raised $658.8
counting.
million. $658
Yeah, the guy on the
than
right
half
is the one I
$billion.
I,
And counting.
And so,
I
I
agree
mean,
with
this
the
thing
most,
just
right?
came out too, so it's like
want to play the game, but
I
don't like the
I
funding
don't
model
know.
for what the game could be.
I don't know how anyone supports this kind of funding. I don't see like if you
Still
do.
nowhere near complete, by the way.
Yeah, I just don't understand how anyone is like backing this kind of stuff and go, this is good for the game. This is terrible for an online game
Yeah.
where the whales are going to expect to have a giant leg up on absolutely everyone.
Oh, yeah.
And then if you're
Yeah, okay. That I like the way he said that. They're going to expect to have a giant leg up on everyone. But the thing is, they don't. And I don't know who's going to be more mad when this game comes out, or if this game, I should never say when. I don't know who's going to be more mad. The whales that are pissed off that they don't get anything, and we see it all the time. Every time there's a PvP conversation and the whales get beat up, what happens? Right? The crying, bro. It's crazy. But then at the same time, we really haven't had too much of a discussion around other progression systems in the game yet. We had a very little one at CitizenCon. Well, multitudes of little conversations around progression in every single panel around the word reputation. But reputation does not exist in the game in that way at all currently. The initial implementation of it, as far as we understand, is not what they're discussing at all as far as what they said at CitizenCon, where it will just be like your little actions, will have some say in whether people are aggressive to you or not. That's it. That's at least as far as I know, unless something is going to change, right? So we don't have progression systems proper or how we would like them to be in Star Citizen. So I don't know who's going to be more disappointed. The people who are actually looking for a video game and realize that the progression system might still just be ships. And, obviously that progression can be purchased and it kind of sucks. And to be honest, to for me personally, flying a starter ship or flying an F-8C, which is arguably like the space superiority ship at the moment, it doesn't feel incredibly different. Obviously, if you're only engaging in combat, more guns, faster, more armor, better shields, but we're not talking about level 1 to level 99. We're talking about level 1 to, like, if you were going to compare it to other video games about in terms of like what you can destroy, be like level 1 to level like 10, level 20. Like, it's not this massively huge, ginormous leap that the level 1 to end game would be in an MMO. So that progression system isn't very good in the first place, right? So there's so many problems here with this, and I hope the whales are disappointed, right? Because if the whales are disappointed, then we might actually have a video game. So in reality, you really hope the whales are disappointed when and if this game comes out.
Someone who's like, well, I spent $70.
Right? That's the goal.
Well, fuck you.
Is to
$70
disappoint the
is
whales.
nowhere close to $58,000.
Peasant. Don't even bother playing this game.
Yeah, we'll be.
Hopefully the whales are just simple collectors and just want to have everything. Go for it. Because you're not hurting anybody then, right? Collect all your ships, collect all your items. Don't leave the house with them. Don't lose them. Otherwise, you lose them forever. Obviously, not the ships. And then everything will likely be okay, right? But we want the whales to feel like they didn't get their money's worth when it comes to power.
Not gonna have fun.
I will be a space peasant with OJ, and I don't know. But yeah,
it just got. Take a good look in the mirror and be like, "Hey, what am I doing? What am I doing purchasing this?"
Yeah, like, see, the guy on the left, like, nobody gives a shit what somebody spends their money on. It's the people who have to look in the mirror are the marketing of Star Citizen, the people who are deciding how the game is going to play. The guy on the left has provided nothing to the conversation. The guy all the way on the right is the only one that I think really understands what's going on here to some extent.
Do a lot better.
Because it doesn't matter what people spend their money on.
I don't understand.
It matters
how
the
rich
company
you have to
and what
be.
they're
I'd
doing.
love to hang out with that person, and we can go on their yacht and play around with their Porsches. Because
what happens if they spend all their money in that they have a real
right.
yacht
So they
in
actually,
the game?
Yeah,
Just
they
in the game.
They're actually poor and they're putting all this on their credit card. That's what I'm worried about. Because honestly, I played Star Citizen. What is there? And it feels bare bones. It's like an early access game.
It's not even
still in the early stages.
Bro, it's not even. It doesn't even feel like an early access game. I'm not gonna lie.
Still. And I know they're going to do server meshing and all these other things to open it up, and they say it's in 2024, but they give no dates anymore because they know better now.
Why?
I mean, server meshing could take 2 fucking years. I don't fucking know, man.
Everything takes 2 years.
We had hope that Squadron 42 is coming sooner rather than
What's
later. That's the single-player version where they paid all the actors, and so. But still, that is not Star Citizen. If you spend your $40,000, you're not going to be flying your 172 ships in Squadron 42.
175.
Even though you should, right? Yeah. I'm going to laugh so hard.
No, you shouldn't. Come on, man. You played Wing Commander. The fuck, dude.
If Squadron 42 comes out and those people that
the point he's making is, like, you spent all this money and what they spent your money on is that, and that's the point he's making. That's where it's a scam.
Spent $40,000, cannot fly any of those. It's like restricted to the story and all those other ships. It just shows you the disconnect in development, and that it truly is a farming simulator, a rich gamer farming simulator. In real time.
It literally
more than
is.
$500 million. This is like money that we're talking about, like Grand Theft Auto type money, where you...
like the big. If you look at just how they're funding everything, right? Like and more lately than ever, this motion that he's making is exactly what it feels like, dude.
Motherfuckers gave us an amazing game.
I hate, because, like, I think Joe was a complete dick to to Brian Chambers when he went to CitizenCon. And I hold grudges, and I think Joe was like an asshole, right? But when you're right, you're right. And in this case, if you actually look at the game, that's what it is.
Gave them our monies, and we were satisfied. But here...
And not if you look at the game, if you look at the website, right? In the game, you are not being sold anything. So again, I'll go back to mobile games. Like you're in the middle of playing fucking Raid Shadow Legends, right? And you just finish a dungeon or some shit. And as soon as you come back to menu, it's like 47 pop-ups of how, you would have done better if you spent this money. Star Citizen doesn't do that. All this kind of advertising happens on the website outside of the game, which is actually like, a really good thing. The closest we got to them doing an ad in the game was the Squadron 42 demo where they were like, the F8C, like, oh man, the F8s are so cool, right? So there's that, there's some positive here, I guess. These idiots haven't played the game. I've been playing for 5 weeks. If you've been playing for 5 weeks, like, do me a favor and stop one-man spamming in chat. You don't understand the full breadth of the situation, right? You come in when the game is feeling somewhat like an early access game. You're lucky, okay? But you haven't. Joe, myself, and some of the other guys that are here in chat have been through the shit, okay? And no, you can't buy anything for no real money. Okay? So, yeah, the guy in chat, you're not clueless, but you're still at the beginning of your journey with this game, and it doesn't mean that you don't have an opinion and your opinion doesn't matter, but I don't think you understand where the pain and suffering is coming from some people, right? Because you haven't been through it, and you will never go through what we went through. You'll never go through 2016. You'll never go through 2014. And you'll never go through the, around the verse videos and things like that, right? Yeah, you'll never have gone through 317 and just being sold and fed bullshit from these guys. You'll have your own version of it, I'm sure, but it can be really frustrating because a lot of us no, it sounds like a you problem now. Yeah, it sounds like a you problem now. Goodbye. But yeah, I think they just wanted to come here and argue, but I tried to be like, hey, your opinion matters, but at the same time, you got to understand where people are coming from. I understand where you're coming from. You're still fresh. You're new. You're excited, but people that have been around forever and have been through it with this company, don't trust them, and you shouldn't trust them.
You're giving people your money, and you're getting no satisfaction.
When this game comes out, I can't even afford to look at this game.
Yeah.
Can't afford
to look at, they're gonna charge you.
Yeah, the only guy that we can make fun of is here, because that's just not how it is, right? Is you could buy the game for fucking $40.
Look at it. I'll put my bank account.
$20.
Is the game going to be good? We still don't know. It doesn't really matter.
It's like
they got an auto system.
Yeah,
nice.
It's like the kid with the toy.
Sorry,
it's
little
like
Joe,
you
man,
can
but
have
any
amount of funding that you can fit in your hand, and they're like, okay.
You have flown 5 miles in space.
Ran out of gas.
Ran
Got
out
to
of
spend
space.
real money to
That will
fill
be
it up.
37 cents.
That cheap? You think it's gonna be that cheap? Didn't you go to this thing?
5 miles. You know how many miles it is from planet to planet? And we're talking 37 cents for 5 miles? That's fucking expensive when you add it all together.
Not on a space raft. We're gonna go real slow.
Yeah.
We're gonna power it by imagination, Alex.
Oh, okay.
And ramming space raft.
What was the year of the event that you went to the Star? You went to a Star
I
Citizen
remember
event
that,
here in
yes.
town, right?
Yes.
That was
Yeah,
like
I don't even remember
2016,
like
anymore.
2010,
2017.
Long time ago.
Got into a drunken argument with one of the Star Citizen developers who was mad that I wasn't paying enough attention to him because
No, that wasn't it. You were a dick. Yeah, you were a complete dick.
liked the show. It's a story. I don't know if I've told it in public, but there's some shit went down there, and I was like, I'm out.
We got a lot of cards for the pirates that would steal stuff.
You were an
Steal someone's
asshole,
ship.
man.
I don't want to play this game.
Yeah. It's on video. I saw it. I don't even know what you did off camera, but on camera you were like interrupting. You were a dick, and I know like he was trying to like get to the point of, yo, what the fuck? You know, like where's this game? What's going on here? But you know, you're asking the wrong guy. First off, yeah, the Brian Chambers 2018 Angry Joe video. Let me tell you something. As the years go on, Brian looks worse in that video, right? But the Joe will always look bad.
It's like, and he was trying to be like serious.
And I'm not a fanboy here. Like,
he's like, just imagine you.
That's a
having your
different
own...
time, Joe. That's a different show that I went to.
Right,
This
but it's
one
still
when
the
they
Star
had it in
Citizen, though.
Austin,
Yeah.
and then we went to another one.
Yeah, but that was still like
Yeah.
Star Citizen. The guy's
Yeah,
like,
there were guys
super
there.
excited. He's like, just imagine you take this girl home and you tell her you spent this much on the ship.
bro, little Joe.
I don't remember
up,
him
bro.
saying
What
the girl,
fuck?
but I remember him doing
Yeah.
the yacht thing.
Well, yeah, it's like this is how you impress the ladies. It's like,
That's
he was
that's
being
what you've been
sincere.
doing wrong.
Yeah, I was like, what are you talking
Was that a player?
about?
Have you ever talked to a lady before?
I've
'Cause I
never
don't-
seen Joe look so confused after this guy talked to him, and I just had to know what he said.
Yeah, he was.
And
it's like
apparently
owning a
he
yacht.
told Joe that like you can impress girls with how much money you're spending in the game. And I didn't think
Yeah, that sounds like a classic. That sounds like a Star Citizen player.
I didn't think Joe was telling the truth.
I was like that. I was like, okay, man, it's your game. You do what you want with your money, but that is the dumbest thing.
And
I've
we're not
ever heard.
talking. We're not talking about a developer here, right?
No,
this
no,
was
no.
the guy who had spent all his
Yes.
money in the
Yeah.
in the
Oh,
game.
okay.
That
Okay.
I
No,
think,
no, it
I
was
think
just like
dumbass
that's
player.
what confuses
Yes.
people.
No,
No.
it was just
We
a
know
regular
that.
So
guy.
it's just
The
some dude
mentality
spent
of somebody who had spent that much money
thousands
in the game.
and thousands.
He was trying to impress Joe by telling him it's like he was more flexing on his own money and what he can spend.
Yeah.
But then since it wasn't really working, then he went to this will impress ladies. And Joe was like, I
No,
don't
I was
think
like,
ladies
no.
I
give
bought-
a shit about that.
I bought so much stupid nerd shit over the
Well,
years,
me too.
and not a single one of my
You
purchases
too.
has ever impressed a lady ever. So,
Mine too.
Yeah.
Mine too.
like, look at all the Legos I own, ladies.
If there is a lady out there who is impressed by miniatures collection and board game collection, please let me know. Call me. We will get married tomorrow.
or if you OJ, if you like Legos a lot, Golden Girls and Legos.
You would make my life so much easier. Please contact me.
Wait, the guy on the left likes Golden
Anyway,
Girls.
so,
That's based.
so crazy.
I got a surprise story.
Yeah, but 5 million fucking people have given them money.
That's
5 million.
no,
I'm
that's-
one of
yeah.
them. But that was years ago.
That was
when
a
I thought
decade.
it was,
It was a decade ago.
Yeah, it was like a decade.
Also, that's not that many people, right? When it comes to games.
ago when I thought this shit was when I didn't have any idea what this was going to turn into.
Okay.
I'm 5 of them.
All right, I'm done. 48,000, by the way, and you have to spend 10,000 before it.
$50,000.
$58,000.
Plus
Because
tax.
I made a few
No,
accounts for like
$50,000
Zero to Hero
with
and
tax,
stuff,
right?
and an
Imagine
Oregon
there's
account.
tax.
I don't even want to add it to the cart.
Microtransactions don't got no tax on that.
They don't.
The DLC stuff does.
You know, I don't buy microtransactions. I have no idea if there's taxable
Yeah.
or not. I imagine they are, right? They
Yeah.
have to pay.
Yeah,
They just
I don't know.
I'm proud I don't know.
Well, in the end, they're not a U.S. company. They're a UK company, so they
You're proud you
their
don't know.
tax
I'm
And
super
I
proud
buy
of myself,
so
I
few
don't
of
know.
it that I think I know that there's none.
That's why I asked. I was like,
I know
wait,
when you go to the store and you go to buy a Roblox clock, because, you know, I was Christmas shopping or Roblox, you give $100, you're going to get a $100 microtransaction card to give to the kids. You don't have to spend $105 in order to get $100. So I don't know if it translates.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got a
you
video
don't
of
have to
somebody
pay.
playing here.
We should know this.
Oh no,
Regardless,
never
it's-
mind. They're using Super Mac Brothers video.
fucking stupid.
It is.
Don't.
It is.
Don't do it.
By the
Don't
way,
do it.
guys, so a former EA marketing manager.
All right. Well,
finally
that was
revealed
the Angry Joe thing. In the end, you know, obviously, I think whatever happened in 2018 off camera clearly has affected Joe. And if I know Brian, Brian tries to keep it pretty real, and if he doesn't like you, I feel like he'll tell you. So something probably was said to Joe there about being a dick, and he didn't like it. And the thing is he was a dick, right? So I don't know what happened off camera. I hope he does tell that story one day, and if he does, we'll definitely watch that video. But I'll never forget that moment. I hold that grudge against Joe for a while because Brian's kind of like a, sort of one of the good ones, right? So yeah, it's kind of sucks what he did there. But these conversations are, are they really that crazy? The disappointment that other people have in the game? I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I just think that their energy is being spent in the wrong place. For me, the real issue here is somebody's going to spend $48,000 in the game, and we don't even know if it's going to be good. Right? We don't even know if it's going to be good. We don't even know if it's going to be fun. We don't know if the person's going to get any value out of $48,000 or not. We don't know anything. And I think that's the kind of crazy part still is what's crazy is that they're doing this stuff and people are still buying it and nobody knows what the game is. I think Citizen Con took really great strides towards explaining what we think the game might be. But until some of that stuff actually makes it in the game, it's going to be hard to say. So, yeah, man, I don't know. We'll have to see. But for the most part, outside of Little Joe's like, oh my God, this game is so expensive when it's really not. It just kind of, oh my God, the game has these packages and the game still sucks. And to be honest, spending money on these packages doesn't really give you anything in the game is the crazier part. But yeah, I don't know if that was a good, fun react or whatever. It might go up on the channel. I don't know, but it's tough to talk about the same thing over and over again when it comes to these packages every year. It's going to go up next year too, right? It's whatever, right? But if we're still having these conversations and the problems with the game conversation persists, it's just starting to get old,